Everybody, and welcome to an episode of Giving Creative's Creative Cast. And we're back with another episode where I'm just going to ramble on. I'm definitely going to ramble for this one because I am a bit under the weather. I woke up with a sore throat, so I don't know how this one's going to go. Sorry, guys. Your hero's feeling a little ill there, a little weak. Got a little kryptonite around me. Old Kevy's not feeling the greatest, sorry to say. But that's okay. You know, the millions of likes that this video will inevitably get will let me know that you guys care and you're wishing me the best. So that's all I need. That's really all I need. So your love and support is really what gets me through the day. So don't worry about it. We're just going to do the best we can. I'm going to go for as long as I can, and I'll probably just pass out. And then when I wake up, I'll just turn it off, and there we go. Because I'm also melting. It's hot. I'm sweating. I have an air conditioner. It's 2 feet from me, but if I turn it on, that's all you'll hear because it's a big old block in my wall. Funny enough, so my building got bought a while back. And a bunch of people in my building moved out, and they've been redoing the rooms. All the rooms are exactly the same. This is a very old building. It's just 2 floors, 2 stories. So they're all just the same exact rooms. And there's been tons of constructions for like months working on these rooms that people have left to like fix them up, make them nice. But they are completely redoing them, at least ripping everything out and putting new stuff in. But they got rid of the air conditioners. I looked through and there was no air conditioners in them. So I'm wondering what the plan is there. Are they going to do central air? Because if that's the case, will I get that? I don't know. It'd be nice, but then I'd have to probably like move out of my place for a bit maybe. I don't know how that works, but we'll figure it out. Hopefully there won't have to be any type of hiatus or anything. If that's the case, if they do say that they have to do some work and I have to like not be here for a day or two, maybe I can just do it on my phone. Probably. It wouldn't sound as good, but whatever. We'll live. Anyways, for this week's agenda, I've been working on my Bionicle builds, and they are coming out pretty nice. I mean, I have to say, I'm a bit wishy-washy on how I feel, as always. It's just part of the process for some reason with every single build, and I've heard this from other people as well. But when I finish every single build, or while I'm working on them even, I feel like it's just not working, it doesn't look good, and this and that and the other, and then I put it together, leave it alone for a few months, come back to, like, it's done, put it on the shelf, and then like after like a month or two, I'll just look at it and be like, wow, like it looks amazing. I did a great job. So I don't know. It's just one of those things where I'm experimenting. I'm trying things out, and I'm trying to get an idea of what I want and figure out how to do it. The orange looks great. So if you know anything about the Bionicles, they got the red guy, he's the fire guy. He's got red parts, he's got orange parts. The orange looks great. I'm going for a burning, fiery feel to them. And that's pretty much working out pretty well. I got it the way I wanted to. It looks glowy, it looks burning and all that. Flames. The red looks good too. It's just not quite as red as the original plastic, which is fine. But I don't know if I want it to be a little brighter or if it's fine as is. I'm going to leave it. I think I'm just going to leave it. My mom came by today. I showed her. She loves it. She thinks it looks great. So I'm probably just going to leave it. And at the end of the day, I'm not keeping these. These are meant to be gifted away. So if I ever do feel like I want to redo it, I mean, who's to stop me? You? I doubt it. But yeah, so at the end of the day, I'm probably just going to leave it. Like I said, it looks good. Because the thing is, like I said, the orange, I want it to be a very like bright, burny, like flame orange. And the red, I want it to be a much more burnt, scorched red, because I wanted this to really give the feel of fire, of heat and all that. And my mom says that, you know, that's what she gets. She gets that vibe. She gets the flame burning vibe from it. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I will just leave it. I think it is. And I'm almost done with it, honestly, because all I have to do is just top coat it, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow. Everything's already ready to go. I just finished putting on the last coats of paint. Just top coat it. So I'll top coat it tomorrow probably. And then that probably won't take too long because all I have to do is the same thing on every part. These builds took longer than I expected just because there's so many holes. The parts are so hollow because of the aesthetic for the Bionicle that it slows things down when you want to add like shading and detailing and stuff because you have to get into every little nook and cranny. So I was like pretty surprised at how long it took me to do these when I really thought they were going to be super quick. But they're done, so whatever. Now we just do the top coat and then I'm going to mask them off and do a couple of little detailings on the pistons and stuff. I think it'll look nice to add a little bit of gold and silver there, give it a little real touch, as well as there's like a gear piece on the bottom of the torso that I want to also kind of make like a gunmetal gear. And I think, yeah, that'll be cool. It'll make it, give it a little bit more realistic feel to them. I wanted to go for, like I said, like a scorched, like, you know, because they're supposed to be robots, but like wild robots. Like they're out in the wild. They live in jungles and oceans and mountains and villages and stuff like that. So I wanted to give it a very earthy, like scorched vibe. So I think that'll work. And then the blend with the pistons and stuff, the, metallic robotic pistons. I think we're going to have something interesting. And then the sword, I decided I am for sure going to make it glow, give it some shading on it to make it seem like it's really on fire, ready to use. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good time. Going to look great. I am going to hold on to them for a while because I just don't know when I'm going to send them out. I still have to work on a few stuff, contact the people I want to give them to, and see what we can make happen and stuff like that. It's a whole process. I have to make and edit the videos, and so it's going to be a while, but we're getting there. We're taking steps, we're making strides, and what can we say? I did also start work on the Sinanju. I'm doing a real grade Sinanju. I don't remember. Did I mention that before? I can't remember, but I'm doing a real grade Sinanju. That's another build that I'm doing to give to somebody. That's going to be a gift. Trying to get things in order for that. Right now, everything's clipped. I've got everything clipped out. I've got the nubs clipped and shaved off. I just need to sand everything. Once I get everything sanded, then I can just paint and then, go from there. So we're about 2/3 of the way done in terms of preparation. We got everything clipped out. We got all the nubs clipped off. Now we just need to sand, and then preparation will be done. So I'm very happy with that. That's all almost ready to go. Depending on how I feel, I might work on that this week. I'm also editing my videos. I'm working on the model kit videos right now. Right now I'm just taking the footage. I've got all the footage and the audio pretty much done. I still have to do a couple more voiceovers for some of the videos. And then from there, right now I have all the footage. I do need to go and do a couple more shots that I forgot, but I do have pretty much all the footage done for year 2 of the model stuff. I just, right now I'm putting it together. Once the footage is done being put together, then I'm going to put the audio in. I've already got the audio. I just need to edit it and put it in. Once that's done, I'm just going to put the music over it. And then once that's done, we're done. The videos are done. So then that'll be the model kits, the video game Let's Plays. Those are done. So that'll be 2 sections of the channel ready to go, which is nice. From there, I'll probably work on the Yu-Gi-Oh videos because that's pretty much all that's left. The podcast I do in real time. There's nothing to worry about there. I just need to make sure that I have thumbnails ready to go, which I do have enough, but like I need ideas. I keep saying this. That's practically my catchphrase. I keep saying it to all my coworkers and friends and everybody. I need ideas because I need to come up with more thumbnails just to have in my stockpile. I'm trying. I'm trying to just bust something out. Sometimes I just don't have time, but we'll see how the week shakes up. It's just kind of the ebb and flow of being creative. Sometimes you got a lot going on. Sometimes you just pump it out and you can't stop. And then sometimes you got nothing. And right now I think I'm in between the nothing stage. I don't think I have nothing, but like I got to really try to like come up with something. I'm not getting, oh, there was an idea. Yes, I do. My coworker gave it to me. I totally remembered. I don't know if I want to say it. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm going to hold on to this one. I'm not going to say it because I don't want to hear any shit about it because it's a bit controversial, but I think that's why it'll work. But we'll work on that this week. I think that's going to be a sooner than later type thing. I should probably work on that today, but I still need to do this. And then I got to edit the video or edit the podcast. I got to get that going. So what else? Oh my goodness, I'm a busy boy. Old Kevy's busy. I got so much going on. When am I going to record more? Because here's the thing. My Let's Plays, I've only got 2. I've been doing the Mega Man Battle Network and the ukulele, and I love them. Don't get me wrong, but I really want to put out more. I just want a little bit more diversity with my Let's Plays. I think it'd be more fun to have multiple videos going at once. So that's just something going on in my head, but I also feel like that's something I have to wait for. I don't think I really have the time to do another Let's Play series or even 2. I want to do 2, but I don't even think I have time to do 1 more, let alone 2. So I'll probably have to hold off on that. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with this model kit critique series because it's going to catch up. I'm telling you right now, it's happening. So what is the plan? I am getting faster. I am figuring things out. I am mitigating, things that are taking me longer than they should. So there is things that I've been doing to reduce production time. But at the same time, it does still take a while. They take me 2 to 3 to 4 months, and that's a long time when you want to do 1 a month video for them. So I don't know what the plan is there. I do want to do, like I said, I've said this before, I do want to do work in progress videos, and I do have a thumbnail for it. It's just a matter of figuring out that process. I'm thinking once I wrap up these model kit videos, I'm hoping I can get them done in the next month or 2. I can then focus on the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff because those, I I need to get the decks ready for those. I have the decks basically figured out in terms of what archetypes I want. I don't have the cards yet. Like, I've been building up gems in the game so that way I can get more cards. And I'm still just trying to figure out what cards I need and all that. So we're just slow burning that one. But once I get that going, I think I'm going to start trying to figure out work in progress videos. I think that's going to start becoming more of a priority within the end of 2024, probably starting 2025. I need to figure out how to do work in progress videos. I'm going to go ahead and say that. So I'm going to do the Sinanju in the Char's custom red Zaku color scheme. I think that'll look really nice on this build. And I'm going to take that with me and take a little trip to Florida and drop it off somewhere. I'll get into more on that later. But yeah, I'm planning on doing that for the spring. Because it is in Florida, I think spring would be a good time to go. A lot of bikini babes out there, and I want to see them. That's kind of my plan. I did look it up, and I want to go to Miami. So that's the thing, is I want to check out Miami. And where I need to go versus Miami, they're not the closest, but I'm going to make it work. I think I'm going to take like 10 days off and just plan a trip to Miami just because screw it, I haven't been on vacation in years. And I think it'd be fun. I want to see if I can hit up a buddy, see if he'd be down, and make something happen. I think it'd be a good time for us. But yeah, I'm debating whether or not to get decals. I think I am. I think I'm going to get a water-sized decals because part of me feels like this kit doesn't need it. I don't think the Sinanju really needs water slide decals. It feels like such a busy design as it is. But at the same time, like, I don't know. It's a real grade. I feel like it would fit. I don't know. It's just hard to say. How much is too much, There is a limit to adding details and working on your kit. Sometimes it's just too much. I've seen some builds where like the artists will do not panel scribing, but like they'll add little notches, where you put a little panel liner ink just to break it up, like just little notches. Like, for example, on the tips of the toes, you'll see them a lot. There'll be like 2 little notches where typically I will paint them silver just to give it a little detailing, but that's typically like a little panel line spot. And I saw one build years ago. I don't, maybe a unicorn, I think it was. I can't remember, but it was a custom build and just head to toe with those notches, black little notches throughout the entire kit, head to toe. Same thing with the water slides. It was just head to toe with water slides and these little notches. And it was just too much. Way too much. I was getting sensory overload from looking at that. And I remember that build specifically. Well, I can't remember the details of it, but I remember just seeing all that detail. I was like, okay, that's a mental note. There definitely is too much. Like you can go too far. So it's just trying to, ride that wave, find that line and figure out where I should stop. And that's why you don't see water slides on all my builds, because some of them I honestly just feel like they don't need it, especially with high grades. I feel like a lot of high grades just don't really need it. I mean, they're pretty simple in their design because they are high grades. So adding on water slides, depending on how you go about it, could either spice them up, make them look like extra fancy, or just look kind of weird because you've got kind of this toy looking thing with these fancy decals and it just doesn't vibe. I don't know. So for example, the HG God Gundam and the HG Shining and the HD Wing and the HG Wing Zero, you'll notice I don't have water slides on any of those kits because I didn't think that they would work. I felt like the kits themselves, in terms of the molding and everything that Bandai gave them, were a little too simple to work with water slides. It could look cool, it definitely could, but I think it would be out of place. Whereas the real grade line, for the most part, I feel like water slides really fit. They're like perfectly designed to have water slides. You don't have to have them, but if you have them on, it's like fits like a glove. They work. They just work. It just works. That's kind of how I feel about real grades in terms of that. In terms of the Sinanju, like I said, this particular design is I don't know, man. He's already got, like I said, he's got a lot going on with his aesthetic as it is. He's very fancy. So I don't know. I just feel like adding water slides could be a bit of an overload, but we'll see. I just don't know. We'll see. It's going to be a while. I still need to sand it. We got to finish these Bionicle builds. I'm thinking, should I start my Command Wolf? I have a Command Wolf, a Zoid's Command Wolf, Kota Bakia, sanded up, ready to go. It just needs to be painted, but part of me just doesn't want to get into another build like that because I do want to focus on this Sinanju. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to hold off. I'm thinking I'll do the Sinanju, and then we'll do the Command Wolf. And then while we're doing both of those in the in-between stages, we could probably get away with beginning another build, like clipping it out and all that. And I'm thinking it's between 3 choices: the real grade Evangelion, the Transformers Furai Acid Storm, or this Porsche. I think it's the Porsche 928 by, I think, Aoshima. I think it's an Aoshima. I don't remember. But I have those 3 builds. All 3 of those are not for me. All three of those, again, are going to be gifts that I'm going to be sending out. They're kind of for the channel. It's a bit more of a business thing, so I want to focus on those. So the Acid Storm is going to be done like Skywarp. That's the plan. I just needed to get the Seeker mold. Now I have it, so I'm just going to do it up a Skywarp. And then I'm going to go ahead and send that over the pond. If you know who it's for, then you know. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm thinking that'll be the next one. I don't know. It's either that one or the Real Grade Evangelion. Because if I go from Real Grade Sananju to the Evangelion, I feel like the transition will be really easy. You know, like I'll feel like it's the same type of build. I won't feel so pressured about it. And I'll be able to just knock it out a bit quicker. Whereas if I take a break and then do something else and then get back to it, it'll feel a bit overwhelming. So I don't know. I think I'm just going to do that. I think I've just talked myself into it, and I'll probably do the RG Evangelion next. Again, that's going to be a gift. I'm going to send it out. I just want to paint it up. I was so annoyed. I was watching a review of it to get an idea of how to paint it and everything, the best way to go about it. And they freaking molded in like the biceps and the horn as one piece. It's like, why the fuck do they keep doing that with this Real Grade line? They keep ruining the entire figures with these decisions to make two different colored parts be one piece. And it's like, I hate when they do stuff like that. It just makes it more of a pain to paint. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But yeah, I think I'm going to do the RG Evangelion. I think it could be really cool. Like I said, if I just paint it up with detailing. I got some water slides. I did get those for it because I want to make sure it looks really nice and presentable. So I think we're going to do Sananju, then Evangelion. I think I'm going to do the Porsche after that one because that one's not that complex. I thought car model kits would have been way more complex just because to me cars are just complex in general. Like I don't know anything about cars and working on them and all that. So I figured like this is going to be a pain in the ass. But then I got the kit and I'm like, oh, it's only like 20 pieces because it's basically like the outer part of the car that's essentially all one color. Like your car is basically one color, right? So that's all one piece. You just put that on top of all the interior stuff. So I was like, oh, okay, I can just paint that all one color. I mean, I do need to add some details for it to be a custom because this is going to be a custom for somebody else as well for another channel. But it's just a matter of, going about and everything. But I don't think it's going to be that hard. And then the interior you just do is like a nice interior color. And then there's like, there's the engine parts and all that. But again, you just do that in another color and then maybe add some hand painted detailing, maybe do a little bit of masking. I don't know. But for the most part, you're not going to see it. It doesn't really matter. So I don't know. I've heard that they're really difficult. Somebody was saying, I was watching another model kit podcast actually, and they were saying that car vehicle ones are more difficult. And I just didn't feel, I haven't done it yet, so who knows? But just based on seeing the parts, I don't know, man. I feel like I'm going to have a pretty breezy time with this. So we'll see. We'll see. Really, it's only like 3 colors. There are a few extra details that I want to throw in, but for the most part, there's only a couple of colors. And so basically we have a bunch of inner car parts that are going to be like silver and gunmetal. We have the outside car parts, which consists of I think 2 pieces. It's pretty much one giant shell and then like the hood. So you can open the hood. So that's going to be like 2 pieces. And then we're done with that. And then the interior of the car. And then that's kind of it. Maybe a flat coat on the tire pieces. I don't really know if they need to be painted. And that's kind of it. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to it, but hopefully it won't be too difficult. Gonna get some decals for that one too, because once again, it's gonna be a gift and I want to make sure it's in perfect condition. So we're gonna get some decals, spice it up, make it look nice. And then the Skywarp, I said that one already, and then there you go. I have tons more ideas for projects to send out to other creators and artists, but it's just a matter of getting them out there. I try to write them down when I remember because I just have so many of them. I'm basically just spitballing. I'm just trying to get someone to notice me and throw out a nice little, shout out. I just need one little spark because I feel like my content is good enough to get a following going, and then from there we just improve. So I'm just trying to get that little spark going and ignite the flame and see how it goes. Then we burn the whole place down eventually, right? It becomes ashes and cinders, and I go, where did I go wrong? I had it all and it crumbled in my hand like a Franklin Saint. Definitely don't want to end up like that. That's a terrifying ending. I don't know if anybody's watched Snowfall, but that ending is pretty crazy. And because I live in such a homeless heavy neighborhood, with a lot of drugs and crackheads and stuff, it makes me wonder, damn, did these people used to be crazy drug lord emperor people at the top, and then something just went wrong and now they're here? God damn. It's pretty crazy. I've never actually watched Snowfall, but I've seen tons of clips and I know how it ends and blah, blah, blah. So I've got the picture. I'll watch it one day. It looks great. Part of me doesn't want to watch it just because like since I know how intense the show is, it's like I just don't want that to put me in like a negative headspace. It's one of those shows where it's mostly drama, mostly negativity, and there's very rarely any wins for the protagonist. So I don't know if I want to be in that kind of headspace. So we'll see. Same thing with The Sopranos. Sopranos is like another show that I really want to watch, but like I know it's one of those shows where it's mostly bad things are happening and there's not a lot of positivity. So do I want to be there right now as an artist? We'll see. We'll see. So one little thing I wanted to talk about was I need to do a supply run in the next couple of weeks, and just for fun. Part of it's for fun, part of it is I do need some paints. I noticed that I don't have regular red. Like I was looking through my reds, and I don't have just like normal basic red. So I was like, all right, let's get just neutral red and then some in between colors to go with it. So I was planning on doing that. Figured I'd get some tape. I ran out of masking tape for one of my rolls. Might as well get some more. Same thing with thinner. Might as well get a couple more bottles. And typically, you know, if I'm getting supplies, I like to throw in a model kit just as a nice little pick-me-up for myself. So I was trying to debate on which one to go with. I did see on USA Gundam Store they do have the Re 100 Gundam Gerber baby, and I don't know, man. I think I'm going to have to get it. It looks awesome. It's doing a lot of things right for me. Part of me feels like I should just get it because I do like it. And I think I am. I think I'm just going to... I've talked myself into this basically already because the whole thing is I don't know what's happening with the 1/100 scale. Is it going away? Is it temporary? Is it permanent? Who knows? So if there's something I like in that scale that exists, might as well get it because there might not be anything else. This is what I kind of foresee might be happening in the future, where they want to... Because here's the thing. In terms of the HG line, the high grade, they're not running out of ideas and stuff. They're still plenty to work with, but the problem is the stuff they have to work with isn't going to sell big numbers. I want a Zeus Gundam with a chariot. I want that. And they could probably get away with doing a P Bandai of that. But at the same time, imagine if that was the big sell of the year, was a P Bandai Zeus Gundam with the chariot. Imagine that was the big selling hot item. Like, again, I would love that, and I know a lot of people would, but I don't think that would generate crazy numbers. So I think what they would do is reset the high grade line by turning it into the new, like, SD silhouette type thing. Basically. So like what I'm thinking is they're going to come up with a generic inner frame for a high grade. And they're going to sell it as like the high grade plus or whatever. And it's going to have this generic inner frame where you can buy any high grade from this new wave of high grades and all of the parts intermingle. Meaning you could have any high grade with this inner frame style and you can mix any parts. Like you can kit bash them in any way, in any shape. Like the backpacks are all going to be one singular style of plugging in. The arms are going to be all one singular style of plugging in. And I mean, for them, they more and less are, but I think it's going to go more in depth where it's going to be like, you want these ankles on this foot, then the ankle parts switch. Like it's going to be the inner frame it's going to be but it's going to be an inner frame leg that's going to be generic, and then it's going to have all the parts separated though. So the knees, the knee armor, the thigh armor, the calf armor, the foot armor, the ankle armor, that's all going to have designated spots and pegs that they're all going to be universal and the same. That's what I think is going to happen with the high grade line at some point. I don't know when, because like I said, they're not running out of ideas, but the ones that they have left, like I don't know what numbers they're going to generate from them, so they're probably going to have to just do a reset, and then they'll be like, okay, now you can have it. Did you ever imagine having the Wing Gundam's forearms on the RX-78's biceps? Well, now you can, easier than ever, with our new high-grade inner frame, where the forearms swap, the biceps swap, the elbow swap, the shoulders swap, the chest swaps, the stomach swaps, the sides of the head swaps versus the face swapping, in the back of the head. Like, I think they're going to figure out a way to do that in the high grade level where it's everything, every part you can think of is going to be universal to an extent, obviously, but I think they're going to figure out some way. Like I said, Wing Gundam, Unicorn, will probably figure out a way to do like the Unicorn's inner frame with other stuff. I don't know. But the new Gundam, they're going to figure, like I said, they're going to do a reset. I don't know. That's just kind of something that came to me one day and I thought, why wouldn't they do that? Because that would be cool. Like, wouldn't that be awesome if they just had a line of high grades where it was that simple? They're already pretty similar as it is. Just take it the next step further, give them an inner frame where all the armor bits can swap out in any way, and then there you go. People would 100% buy them. That would be cool and a good idea. And people love to customize. That would just take competition to the next level in terms of GBWC. That would promote for that because now, like I said, it'd be easier than ever. People would be so down for it. So I don't know. I don't see any downsides. The only downside I see is that we'd have to restart, which does suck. There is nothing more infuriating to me as a collector than seeing a collection restart. It's just so infuriating when it's just like, Transformers. Guess what? We got the new line of Transformers. Yeah, it's the new show. It's the new book. It's the new movie. And guess who we're getting? Optimus Prime. Again. We're getting him again. I don't collect this stuff anymore. I'm out. I sold all my stuff. It's pretty much all gone. I got some stuff left and that's it. But I'm just on model kits and that's it. But yeah, I don't know. That's why I'm doing things the way I do in terms of the model kits. I have my big old backlog of stuff and I'm good. Whatever you make something more, okay, well that's exciting. Cool to see it, but I don't need it. Kind of just ranting and raving on that point, but what can I say? I think if they did a universal high grade inner frame, I would buy one to have the inner frame. You know what? That's probably how I would do it. I would buy one to have the inner frame and then just wait it out. And then if I can ever think of a specific custom that I think would be cool, then I'll hunt down those parts. You know what would be awesome, actually, now that I think about it? If they did that, a universal high grade like inner frame where all the parts mix and match, at that point, the hobby could go in a Lego direction in terms of the way the community would interact with each other. Because as I have gotten kind of back into Legos and stuff, I've noticed that the big draw to it is you can find any part you need in any color for the most part, which is cool. And I think there could be something said about that where, so for example, like they'll go to conventions and stuff to dig through people's parts because it's like, okay, I have a build idea, but I need this part in green. So I'm going to go to this convention and meet, hang out with friends, meet all these people and dig around, see what they got. And we're going to hunt for this green piece. And hopefully we'll find it. You go, you do, you have your fun, and then as you're hunting, oh my goodness, finally, it's that green piece at a very reasonable price. I'll take it, hooray. And if we go to this universal inner frame with the high grade, I could see that kind of happening where it's like, okay, I have the inner frame I need. I have the basic build. I don't need to buy 5 different other kits just to get these parts. So let's go hunt down these parts. I could see people selling them like that. Like maybe somebody will buy up like 10 of the same build, and then they'll just source the parts and do it like that. Someone will start a whole new business like that. I could see that happening. So I don't know. I just don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I like to think, and I'm thinking out loud. What can I say? But I think that'd be a fun idea. That's the only thing that sucks about the Lego community is like I don't have any interest in doing things that way. I'd rather just get the pieces I need in whatever the cheapest form is and then just paint them the way I need them to be. So that's kind of how I am with that. But anyways, I've been staring at this what is it? Gerbera? Gundam Gerbera, I choose you, Gerbera. It looks sick. And I already had like a bunch of not custom, but I already had a bunch of like ideas to tweak the color scheme a bit. And I'm really liking what I'm looking at. And it's doing a lot of things I like. So I think I'm pretty much set. I think I've decided with the next With the next supply order, I think I'm going to throw this one in. It looks cool because 1/100 scale is kind of going to the wayside. It's disappearing. So you might smoke them if you got them. I mean, that's basically what we got to do right now. If you like 1/100 and master grade, even if you didn't like something before, screw it. What else you got? You try it out. Maybe it turns out you'll love it. Maybe you'll figure out a custom idea. I'm looking at this thing and I don't know what you call it, the test shots. What do you call it? The promotional shots. And I'm seeing the decals. I'm seeing the parts. I'm coming up with ideas. And I think I'm going to have to take it. It's looking great. I have to say, it looks amazing. Like, for example, I'm looking at what are they, binders? Wing binders? I don't know. The thrusters, the giant 3-prong tripod coming out of his backpack. So what I've seen is people do the inside of that the inside of that blue, and then they leave the ridges white to give it a little bit of flair. And I thought that was cool too, but after seeing, part of it was I saw it done so many times, I was like, okay, well, it's already been done. Let's, do we want to just copy people? It's the obvious idea, I guess. So that was part of the reason why I decided not to do that, but I thought about it. I'm like, well, what if I did the ridges blue and the inside white? Because I don't want it to be fully blued. I just want it to be accented blue. And I thought about that, and yes, that's the way I'm going, and I'm excited. I think that's going to really make this thing stand out. I'm not going to lie. That being said, if I get this, I might have to get the Solomon. Dick Solomon? My name is Dick Solomon. I am the High Commander. Might have to get him. Where is he? He is not on the USA Gundam store sites. They are not going to sell it. They said they will not be selling it, so you have to get it elsewhere. I did see it elsewhere. Okay, never mind. It's out of stock. I guess I'm not getting it. Oh well, there goes that. Maybe next time. That sucks. I mean, I did want it, but like, whatever. If it's there, it's there. If it's not, it's not. That's kind of where I'm at with this type of stuff these days. Oh well. So whatever. We'll wait for the next supply run, which should be in the next couple of weeks, and then I'll order some stuff. And there you go. I want some tape. I want some paint. I need some decals, and then I'll throw in this kit. And there you go. Bob's your uncle. We'll be happy. Because, I mean, it's only $43. Come on now. $43 for a 1/100 scale. I know it's a whatever, 1/100. I know it's not a full master grade, but throw on some paint, and it'll be good. I think at the end of the day, like with these simpler master grades, not actual master grades, they still have a lot to offer, especially with a solid paint job, throw in some decals and all that stuff. There's definitely something to be said, so I'm not too worried in that regard. What else do they have? Let's take a look at USA Gundam Store. I want to see what else they got. Oof, they got that Requiem for Vengeance. I have zero interest in that at all because aesthetically, like, oof, oh boy, not for me. That's all I can say, just not for me. This thing, Bolinoak Saman, the HDUC, what is this, double Zeta guy, or is this a regular Zeta? I think this was in regular Zeta, which surprised me because I've seen all of Zeta, and I don't recognize this guy. But he is tempting. It's currently just a pre-order. It's not out yet, but damn, he looks good. He's just unique. I like unique. I want different things. I don't want only Gundam. I want things that look weird, and this definitely fits the bill. I am so excited. I'm going to be ordering up the Death Star soon, because I definitely want to make sure I get that. Part of me wanted to wait because I figured there is a chance it could go on sale one day. I don't know. Like, I don't know. I feel like big items like this, it's 50-50. Either they're going to make a bunch of them and they're going to sell and then they're going to sit there for a while and they're going to take up way too much space and then sellers are going to be like, all right, we need to get rid of this. Let's discount it. Or it's going to be the other way where they're going to be like, okay, it's a big thing. Let's not order that much. And you either get it or you don't. And it's just hard to say where this is going to lean because it is Takara Tomy and it is Zoids. It is popular. It is a big company, but I don't know if that justifies them. I don't think they're going to sell enough to where companies are going to have too much of them. That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be one of those things where you kind of have to just get it while it's hot because it's probably not going to end up going on sale, being left over. So I think I'm just going to suck it up and in the next couple months just pre-order it and then, wait for it to come in and then there you go. Because either way, at full price, it's still cheaper than buying an old used one on eBay. So I don't know. You're basically paying the standard retail price for something that's going on eBay for way more. And also it's kind of upgraded. So there you go. That's how I look at it. How far are we? We're barely 38 minutes in. Ugh. My voice. I'm falling apart. I'm sick. I'm dying. I'm dying here, people. Please. Oh, the heat is not helping. I'm just like melting. I'm just sweating. I'm just sitting here sweating. I think they said this last time. It's just so freaking hot. But you gotta do what you gotta do. I do it for you, people. I do it for you. It's pretty rough. We're pretty rough out here. But we prevail on. Ooh. What else? I'm just trying to think of what else do I have going on for myself. I mean, that's kind of it. I really don't have much going on. I'm just kind of editing stuff. I'm working on stuff. I'm drawing stuff. I'm trying to promote. Just trying to come up with ideas, I am planning on meeting up with a buddy of mine soon, Andre from the podcast. He was on a little while ago. We do want to do a meetup. I hit him up about making a song together. I think it'd be fun. And we need to iron out the details. I'm not feeling well right now, so that's why it's just like I don't know when we're gonna have a chance to get together, but hopefully in the next coming months we could plan something out. So I don't know when that actually video would come out. It's just gonna be a matter of us doing it, and then I'd have to still edit it and figure it out and all that and release it. But we'll have to figure it all out. What do you guys think about Votoms? The Armored Super Votoms? They're pretty cool. I think I might get one eventually. I just don't think I want to get a Bandai one. I don't know, man. The Bandai ones are just a little too plain. I'm just not really feeling them that much. Like, they look cool. They're just a little, I don't know, smooth? A little too smooth brain me. I'm a complex guy, and that's just kind of a smooth brain type of thing, and I'm just not feeling it, So I'll probably not go with it. That being said, like, I think, who is it, like Hasegawa or somebody? Good Smile? Somebody does the Voltoms that actually do look pretty cool. I don't know. Maybe one day. I've got so many other kits that I still want to do and buy and try out and everything, so what am I even saying? I should stop buying kits. What's crazy is that they do have the Dragon Ball Z Vegeta in his little pod thing. It's actually available to buy. And, I don't know. I think I'm going to have to pass. I have a ton of Dragon Ball Z kits as it is, and, like, they're gonna make more. Like, they are. They're going to make more. So I would be very surprised if we just, if the new spec line ends at Vegeta and we don't end up with more characters. Plus, it seems like they're reissuing the Broly, the original version of Broly, which I definitely want more than the other one. I have the other one just because I figured, it looks kind of cool. But I definitely think his original, like with the red cloth and everything, that looks way cooler. So I wouldn't mind having that on the shelf. Hopefully I can get my hands on that one day. Now, if they did Frieza in his little hover pod, I'd have to get that. I definitely want Frieza. I can pass on the Vegeta one. I did want the Vegeta one for a while, but now that my collection's kind of grown and I've got all these other Dragon Ball Z kits, and I feel like they're going to keep going with it. There's just so many more designs I'd rather get. Like, honestly, if they did a regular Vegeta, like his first appearance Vegeta, but like as a posable model kit, that I'd be down for. That I want. Because he's just his stationary self in the pod, it's still cool. It's a very cool moment and everything. I just don't feel the need for it. Now, they want to make themselves first form Frieza, second form Frieza, third form Frieza, first form Cell, second form Cell, all that. Imperfect Cell and all that. I'm in. Make it and I'll buy it. Android 19, Dr. Gero. I'm in. 16. Where's our 16? I have 18. I missed out on 17. Please reissue 17. Please. Please, please. Why do they have number 18 available and not 17 for pre-order or anything? Come on now. Where's the logic? Adult Gohan. Wish I didn't miss out on that. Wouldn't mind getting another chance at future Gohan. That'd be a cool one. Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. What the freaking heck? We got regular Super Saiyan Gotenks and not the third. Hello? I feel like Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks is like the Gotenks. Am I wrong? I feel like he's just known for being Super Saiyan 3, but maybe that's just me. I'm debating whether or not to get another, because I have the Super Saiyan Gotenks. I'm debating whether or not to get another one and then get a Super Saiyan 3 Goku and then just kit bash the hair. I don't know. That'd be kind of cool. Part of me just wants to wait because, like I said, I feel like there's going to be a resurgence. They've redone the body types to be much better, and like, it's Dragon Ball Z. Like, I don't know. I don't think it'll ever not sell. Like, as long as you keep making new characters in better ways, more interesting ways, I think we can get away with it. Who else? I do have both the Gogeta and... Oh, yes, Vegito. There we go. I do. Yes, I'm trying to remember what he looked like because that's what I was, like, basing off of. Yes, I have both. I'm excited to eventually do both. I have Super Saiyan 3 Goku. He looks freaking awesome. Can't wait to do him one day. Passed on the Vegeta. I know they have the new spec. It looks really cool. Maybe I'll get it. But like for now, that's not the Vegeta I want. Not my Vegeta. They make a Majin Vegeta, I'm in. They make a first appearance Vegeta on like with that armor and the scouter, I'm in. But this one I think is one of his most boring looks. It's the most basic and standard look. I mean, it's unique because like it's a Saiyan. Saiyans are unique in their look in that they don't exist. But like, I don't know, man, like spice it up. Let's throw in the shoulder armors. Let's throw in the waist armor. Let's have some fun. Like, let's make it unique. This is just his most basic look. Even Majin Vegeta, like that in a weird way, like looks more interesting than this because like, even though it's somewhat more basic because it doesn't have the armor at all, the fact that it's a one-piece jumpsuit, tank top, and then like the M on his head and everything. I don't know. It works for me. I think that's a cool look, and this is just... I think I've just seen it too much. Maybe that's what it is. I'm just jaded because I've seen Vegeta look like this throughout my entire life because Dragon Ball Z is just crazy popular. And so when I see this, you know what? It's winning me over. As I look at it, it is winning me over. Maybe I'll catch it on a sale. We'll see. Because it is, like I said, it is a unique design. It's not like he's just a dude wearing clothes. It is Saiyan attire. That's just something to be said about that. We'll think about it. We'll see how it goes. We'll see if there's going to be any announcements for another Dragon Ball Z release. I would be excited for one. Like I said, there's tons of characters they could do. We got Sparkling Zero coming out. Hooray! That's another thing to talk about. Sparkling Zero. I'm excited for that game to come out. I'm not going to get it day one. I'm going to wait until, probably a year when it goes on sale because I'm a cheap asshole, but fuck you, I don't care. I do things how I do them, all right? I'm gonna wait for it to go on sale. You guys go ahead and I'll catch up. My only concern about that game is that we're not gonna get transformations. That's gonna be a big make or break for me because the thing is, I love Dragon Ball Z because of the transformations. I love Budokai Tenkaichi because it was just filled to the brim with like every character you can think of and their transformations more or less. I want to start out as Goku and then throughout the battle I want to fight Kaioken, do a little bit more fighting. Super Saiyan, do a little bit more fighting. Super Saiyan 2, a little bit more fighting. Super Saiyan 3. I want the battle to progress, and I transform throughout the battle. And with each transformation, I want to have... They don't have to necessarily fight differently. Just have different move sets for, like, the special moves. Instead of him blasting like this, he blasts like that. Instead of it being this color, it's that color. Instead of him saying this, he says that. I know, it's work and all that, but, like, this is Dragon Ball Z. They can afford it. Come on now. So that's what I want out of this game, and if it doesn't do that, I will be disappointed. I'll probably still get it, but I'll be disappointed. Because Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2, I will say, is really fun. It's really awesome. It's a great time. I love playing that game. But it's just missing the transformations. Like, yes, you can transform, but only once. Like, you just have to pick it out in your loadout. Which transformation do you want? And then that's it, which is, it's cool, but it's not the same. Like, I want to go through the stages. I want to be Trunks, and then I want to, like, transform into, like, Super Saiyan, and then, like, Super Trunks and all that. The fact that they did that back in the day where, like, Super Trunks and Super Saiyan Trunks were different, like, I think that's cool. It's cool to have these different movesets and different styles and different aesthetics and all that. That's the fun of the game. The whole point of the game is to have every character with all their moves and everything. That's all we need out of it. Like, it's a fighting game. What else do you have? It's just all about the characters and the locations. You got good locations, you got good moves, you got good characters. The game's gonna be good. That's where I'm at with that. I'm gonna wait for that Naruto game, like Ultimate Naruto Shippuden Storm 4, whatever. I'm gonna wait for that to go on sale, probably Black Friday. I'll snatch that up. Because same thing, that game got such mixed reviews, and I don't know why. Like, what did you expect from that game? It looks pretty much exactly how I want it to be. It's got a giant character roster with tons of cool moves and different forms and all that stuff. That's what I wanted, and that's what I'm going to get. So, can't complain. There's actually a Bleach game that I just heard about that got announced for console. Unfortunately, I don't have the right console, but we'll see how. Maybe one day I'll get it. But that looks pretty cool, too. Same thing. It's just a fighter game, but with Bleach. And, yeah, transformations, cool moves, blah, 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 blah. The only thing that sucks is, like, those fighter games I don't think will do well for the channel, just because, like, there's only so much you can do with that. You're fighting. Like, it's fun to do, but I don't know if it's necessarily fun to watch over and over and over. I don't like watching it over and over and over. I like playing it over and over and over. I don't like watching it, so we could probably do a few episodes here and there, and then, you know, see how it goes. I think with Xenoverse, because there is a bit of an overworld and story, and there's missions and stuff, we can do much more with that, and because of the way the levels are so big and expansive, you can fly so much around. I think there's much more of a exploratory factor to it that we can get away with doing multiple episodes because they're not going to look so cookie cutter the same. They are, but they aren't, so I think we can get away with it. Ooh, I would love a Super Namekian orange Piccolo. That would be sick as like a model kit. I think that'd be really cool. I've been trying to think of what other model kits I want lately, but like, I don't know. They're kind of doing everything and just whatever comes out that looks cool, I kind of just want it. You know what I really want? Actually, no. I want Super Sentai model kits, but like at an affordable, reasonable price. Super Mini Claw is crazy overpriced. I'm not buying them. Sorry, you're asking way too much for way too little. I just won't go for it. As much as I love those designs and I really want those Super Sentai mechs and everything, like I just can't do it. I cannot justify it. As much as I love them and as much as I want them, as much as I think I could do a good job of them, I just think the prices are too crazy. And I'm gonna hold out hope that one day somebody else is gonna take the reins. We're gonna get more model kits of Power Rangers / Super Sentai designs, but they're going to be either cheaper or they're going to be more detailed. Because here's the thing, like we have the Bandai Figure Eyes line, and like these are like $30 to $40 figures or model kits that look amazing. Like they look perfect. Like this cell looks great. $35, looks pretty much like it does in the show. Tons of seam lines, but who cares? I'm already thought of a way to figure that out, but either way, looks great. Well, more or less, looks pretty much perfect for $35. Super Mini Pla looks like a cheap toy, and they're like $80, $90, $100, and it's just like, I can't. I really want that Lightspeed Rescue everything. I want everything from the Lightspeed Rescue line, but they're so expensive. They're like $200 for like the train one. I think so. I think it's like 200, and it's just like, I'm not doing it. No, I'm putting my foot down, Bandai. You've already got enough of my money. I think it'd be cool if the Bandai's Figure Eyes line did like Ryuk. Why not that? I think Ryuk, even Light. Light's pretty basic in terms of his look, but it'd be nice to have a Light and a Ryuk in like a painted model kit form. Ram would be cool. What else? What other cool shows and stuff? Shaman King, that would make for a really good model kit line with like having their spirit allies and their different forms and everything. That'd be super sick. That would be another really cool video game series, actually. They just can't get it right with that one. That's a shame. Part of me is tempted to get some of these Pokemon model kits, but I think I'll just pass. Pokemon's cool and all that, but I think I'm ready just to be like, it was cool, but I'm over it. That being said, that's one thing I totally forgot. I do want to do a Pokemon Black and White Let's Play series. Part of the reason is I just really like that game. That's one of my favorite Pokemon games. I was really excited for its announcement and its release. I followed it pretty heavily back in the day. And it's a fun game. I like playing it. Part of it is because there used to be a YouTube channel called Pokemon Journey HD. It was really this guy from Australia who's like, hey, it's me, it's BJ, Pokemon Journey HD. We're here for another episode of Pokemon Journey. And like he did a funny voice and he was Australian. And I loved him. Great videos. I look forward to his videos every week. And he was like the first Let's Player that I think I followed. Because he was like the first one I ever knew about. I didn't even know Let's Playing was a thing. I thought this guy was just doing something really cool. I didn't know anything about it. This was 2007, 2008, around that era. Or no, this was probably like 2009, 2010, around there. Like very early, because this was high school for me. This was like very early YouTube stuff. He did a really fun Let's Play series, and he got the game from Japan somehow. I don't know how this all works, but he would get the game from Japan early, and I guess there would be like translations that were like half done, so the game was like half English, half Japanese, and he would just emulate it from his computer and all that, and blah blah blah. And I cannot find him. He is gone. I do not know. So this is what happened. The rumor was that he died. He got into a car accident and died. I have no idea if that's true or not. There's no validity to it. That was just something I read about on his channel back in the day. So who's to say what's true? But yeah, I can't find him. Cannot find him anywhere on YouTube or anything. Now there actually is a Pokemon Journey like HD like official thing, like show. So if you look that up, you're only gonna find that, which sucks. Like this guy's disappeared from the ether because he no longer uploads for almost 20 years. We're going on almost, probably another 5 years, and it'll be 20 years. So it's like 15 years now. Yeah, I don't know. He's just buried underneath everything else that's Pokemon, which is an interesting aspect of the internet. People say the internet's forever until this happens, until you stop uploading, and then you wait for 5 years, and then now we've got 5 years worth of billions of people's contents just on top of your stuff. So yeah, everything is forever and it stays on the internet forever, but it still gets buried underneath billions of other things. So something to keep in mind if you want to send me your nudes. But anyways, guys, I'll see you next time, and until then, peace. Bye.